Very, very exciting day today. I just got this. This is a package from China and it is from Leica Lab, and I believe it is the Leica Lab 35mm f1.4 spherical, which is basically a homage lens to the Leica 35mm f1.4 AA. We're going to unbox it. It's just the first impressions. I'm not going to review it because I just got it. It's not fair to review it just after I got it. We'll be taking sexies of it and probably just test the lens because my son is here, and I'll set up a sort of like a simple portrait session to see what the lens is about. Right before we continue, I want to tell you about the course that I started on YouTube Shorts. I will teach you the basics, absolute basics of DaVinci Resolve to maybe more advanced stuff. It will be a daily upload, and don't worry, I'm not charging you a thing. It's completely free of charge, although I've turned on gifting. So if you want to support the channel, you can just send us gifts. You're not expected to, so no pressure. You can tell I'm quite excited about this, really excited about this actually, because Leica Lab has been teasing this lens for years now. And I have asked for it repeatedly, and it's finally here. There we go. We get accessories with it too. First thing that we get is the black hood. We get a titanium one. Oh, the lens that they sent me is a titanium one, by the way. So yeah, it's my first titanium lens. Exciting, exciting. It's a titanium UV filter. Leica Lab is quite crazy because they could have made this sort of like titanium color, but they went all out and actually made this out of titanium. Finally, the lens. This. Right, look at that. That is the dual spherical. I got number 21. Very, very nice lens pouch from Leica Lab. Always very impressive. Right. I have a feeling that this lens is going to be pretty. Ah, there's still plastic in there, but look at that. Right, this thing is prettier than I thought it would be. I mean, like, first impressions, Leica Lab has been, you know, very, very on top of their game in terms of quality, fit and finish. It feels very, very premium. It feels like a much more expensive lens than it's supposed to be. Very, very nice aperture ring too. It's very clicky. This thing is impressive. So it comes with two lens hoods. One of them is the titanium round one, and the other one is the black, I believe, aluminium square one. Let's fit the UV filter on to protect the lens. Even the threads. Yeah, I think this is possibly the highest quality lens that they've ever made, to be honest. Oh, okay, all right. There's two pins here. There's two pins right here that you need to line up. That will be a pain to actually... That's not bad. Rattles quite a bit. Yeah, the thing about the lens is that you have to line it up. Ooh. This is definitely louder. Yeah, I was talking to Bobby Tonelli about the rattling of the lens hood, but apparently mine doesn't rattle as bad as his does. I bet this thing will look pretty on the Leica MA. Let's try that. Let's put on the lens hood. Yeah, it's a bit of a faff putting on the lens hood. Yeah, the lens elements goes a bit deep, but it's not as deep as a 28. Yeah, it's far from it actually. Let's see. This thing is pretty. This thing is so pretty. Look at that. Okay, right, like I said, I'm not going to fully review the lens since I've just got it, so it's not going to be a fair review anyway, but I am going to set up a simple backdrop behind me using some unbleached muslin. I have my son behind me. I'm just going to use a simple softbox, just one softbox to take portraits of him. I am not going to pretend to try all other apertures. I'm just going to take a few frames on f1.4 because that's what people are looking for. I intend to do a more comprehensive review when the time comes. I am going to test it on film, on digital, and on video using the Lumix S9. This is one of my favorite things in the studio. It's a pulley system for my backdrop stand, so I don't have to faff about with normal stands. So we are going to set up something really simple. It's really not that wide, but it will do. It's fine, it's probably fine. Okay, so typically when I do portraits, I want my subject to be about 1.5 meters to 2 meters away from the backdrop. But since this is not wide enough, and this is going to be a 35, so there will be a lot of leakage from the sides. But since this is a 35, you're not going to cover the whole backdrop. Okay, in terms of lighting, not going to do much. I am just going to use a 90 centimeter softbox with Light Dome 3 on the Amaran 360. Dorian, could you stand here, please?
Okay.
About from 2 meters away. Stand here. Go back a little bit. That's fine. Yeah, that's good. Ooh, that's nuts. That's insane. Okay, all right, let's try. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, the rattle really bothers me. It's not the sharpest lens in the world, but sharpness is not why you get this lens. Oh, that is nuts. Tell you what, let's try f4. Turn up the lights a little bit. Yeah, Light Lens Lab has done it again. Basically, it's very vintage vibe, wide open, but as soon as you switch it to f4, it turns into a completely different lens. That's awesome. Yeah, at f4, there's definitely a 3D pop to it. Try it wide open. Yeah, we'll bring it to the laptop and we'll talk about lens. Now, right now, as Keegan is filming me, he is getting ready to film the sexies, we call them here. And yeah, he's almost jumping about. So if you feel that the camera is a bit shaky, that's the reason why. All right, let's go. I'm going to show you. Yeah, okay, right. I'm going to do sort of like a time lapse of him filming the thing, and then we'll cue the unreasonably cinematic montage of the lens. So first impressions of the lens. It's really pretty. This thing is beautiful. It's, like I said, it is possibly the best that Light Lens Lab has ever made. The best in terms of quality, in terms of fit and finish. It really screams high quality when you have it in your hands. If you look at the sample photographs that I showed you earlier, at f1.4 wide open, yes, it is soft. It is not the sharpest lens in the world at f1.4, but in terms of character, it is where you want to be at with this lens. And at f4, it suddenly turns into this modern day lens with a lot of punch and contrast, similar to maybe a modern day zoom lens. Maybe not that modern, but yeah, you get what I mean. Anyways, the full review will be up where after I've tested the lens for a few weeks. Yeah, just going through digital, film, and video as well. See you in the next one.